Hey beauties, welcome back to my channel and welcome to my updated skincare routine. So this video is going to be all about how I take care of my skin as well as my final update with my Retin A progress. And the reason why it's going to be final is because it's been almost a year and I don't think I can really get any better results than what I have already gotten without like getting a laser peel or something, which don't put it past me, because if I get the money for that, or if I quit spending money on makeup and get the money for that, I'll do it. And side note, if you like this makeup, it was my last video that I did, so I will link it down below in case you are interested in seeing how I got all of this. Anyway, so I'm gonna start off with my morning routine because my morning and my nighttime are night and day, like they're so different. So the very first thing I do in the morning is wash my face. So in the morning time, the cleanser that I use is the Boscia Detoxifying Black Cleanser. I just use one pump of this. It warms up on my skin and it feels so nice. Something about just that warm feeling in the morning, it just like, oh, wake me up. It's amazing. Now this also has glycolic acid in it, so it helps the skin to peel, like all that excess grossness. But I've really been liking this. I don't feel like it dries me out, but it also does not moisturize my skin either, which the last cleanser I was using didn't clean well enough, but it moisturized. But if I had to go back and forth, I like this one better personally, so I'm going to grab another bottle of this, like I'm almost out of this one. And in the morning time, I just use my hands. I don't use my Clarisonic in the morning. I just do that at night. So after I have washed my face and patted my face dry, I go in with my MAC Lightful Softening Lotion. This has been part of my skin care routine for 3 years. Like, if you watched my last haul video, I just bought 4 because they're going to repackage it and sometimes they're off the shelf for a while. So what I do is I take this and it's kind of like a toner, but it's not a toner. It is jam-packed with vitamin C and it's actually a lotion. That's why it's called softening lotion. So if you're oily skin and like creams or gel formulas are just too heavy for you, use something like this because this feels so light, but it's packed with great ingredients and it's got this tiny little hole so your ingredients are staying stable. When I first started to use this, I got on Paula's Choice and she always does like reviews of makeup and not makeup, skincare. And I was like, I looked this up and she gave it an A+, and I really have not been without this. I love that. And one trick I like to do is kind of hold my hands on my face so it's warming up the product and my face, so I feel like it's sinking in just a little bit better. Now, if I happen to have a super oily day, I will just use this and then go straight in with my primer. But typically, I'm not that oily anymore. Like, not just oily. I used to be just an oil slick. Now I'm like oily through the T-zone and then dry and normal everywhere else. So, but if you are oily, just using this would be really, really great. So immediately after that, I go in with my eye cream. Now I have been using this eye cream for almost a year. So as soon as I started the Retin A is when I started using this because my dermatologist suggested it. And this is Revisions Skincare. It's the DEJ Eye Cream. What I love about this the most is that it actually sinks in fairly well. It does leave a little bit of residue, not like residue in the bad way, but residue as it looks like it's still nice and healthy and shiny, but it's not slippery and it goes really well underneath your makeup. My favorite thing about this is that it is in a pump. It is a traditional cream, but it's in a pump. So everything that's in here is staying stable versus the little jars, you're opening it, you're sticking your fingers in it. The product isn't staying stable. So all those healthy, amazing ingredients, yeah, by the time you've gone through the jar, they're not even active anymore. So I try to find things that are in pumps if they contain ingredients that I really want to be active. Like sometimes I don't mind my face creams being in a jar, but that's because I'm using either a serum or something like this that already has my ingredients stable in it. Sorry guys, my throat is like trying to give out on me. I don't know what's going on. So I use this every morning and every other night, but we'll get into that. So then I let that sink in, and then I go straight in with my No, I skipped a step. I go in with my moisturizer. Now this one is new to me, and I've been using it all month long, and I really, really, really like it. And again, I wanted something in a jar. I want my ingredients to stay stable. So this is the Drunk Elephant B-Hydra Intensive Hydration Gel. Wayne Goss talked about this, or the line in of itself, and I've heard nothing but good things about Drunk Elephant, so I figured I wanted to give it a try, and I've really, really been enjoying this. It sinks into your skin really well, but it looks like you would need to wipe off your face, but it doesn't feel that way, if that makes sense. So it makes it look really healthy, but it doesn't feel oily. So I really like this. Again, I think that if you're oily, you'll probably really enjoy this. It's just not heavy, so it wears really, really well under your makeup. And then the last thing before I start my whole makeup routine is my SPF. Now I've really started to integrate this into my skincare routine, because what's the point of me using all these things to lighten the dark marks on my face and prevent wrinkles if I'm just getting sun damage right back again? So I tried so many sunscreens, and I came to the conclusion that chemical sunscreens break me out, like horribly. So I had read that if you are like allergic or are sensitive to the chemical ones, try mineral. And I tried this one and I love it. I have it underneath my makeup right now. I've been wearing it every single day. Doesn't break me out, protects my skin, and it's soothing. So it's really, really nice. And then this one contains olive polyphenols. I don't know what that is, but apparently it's supposed to be soothing on the skin, and it is. And I typically just let all this sink in for about 20 to 30 minutes, and then I go in and I dab off the T-zone so that when I go in with my makeup, I don't have excess product there. And also a lot of times, especially if I'm gonna be on the bike, I take this on my neck for my tattoos so that they don't fade. Now, real quickly before I go into my nighttime routine, I use two things most often to exfoliate my skin. So obviously my Clarisonic does some, but I need help sometimes. So I still use this. This is the Face Buff Energizing Scrub with vitamin C and menthol from Jack Black. Yes, this is for men. I don't care. I love this stuff. So I'll use this sometimes, and probably like twice a month, this particular one, because my face is so sensitive now. But I really like it. And then when I need the dead skin cells off, but I don't want to like really exfoliate my skin, because my skin can get really sensitive. It's always been sensitive, but now it can get super sensitive. I use the Skin Inc. Pure Revival Peel. So this you just pop on your skin, you let it get kind of milky, and then you rub it off, and it literally just like peels off all that dead grossness, and your makeup lays so softly. So yeah, let's go on to the nighttime routine. Let's start with how I take my makeup off. So I take my makeup off using the Cleanse Off Oil Tranquil from MAC. I just squirt this in my hands. I go directly onto my eyes first and kind of let it sit there, and then start rubbing at the eyes and work my way outward. And this just takes everything off, but it's for sensitive skin. They have a regular one that's just Cleanse Off Oil. This one's turquoise, and my skin is sensitive. As you can probably see from every time I would put lotion or something on my face, I would turn red. So after I take off the makeup or dissolve the makeup, I go in with these guys. So I've used my Clarisonic Smart Profile. This thing is amazing. The normal Clarisonics cleans 6 times better than hands alone. This one cleans 11 times better. It has a turbo button for deep cleaning. It knows to be heavier on your T-zone and lighter on your cheeks. It has different settings. Like, I love this thing. It's really, really great. But I only use this at nighttime just because I don't want to dry out my skin too much with all the stuff I do to it. So I use that in conjunction with my Purity Philosophy Purity Made Simple One-Step Facial Cleanser. As you can see, I'm like out of this guy. I was using the Clinique one. I didn't feel like the Clinique, I feel like it dried my skin out more, and it was, I don't know, I just didn't like it. So I went straight back to this guy, and I've been using it nonstop. I don't think I'm gonna find another cleanser that I like better than this one, that probably, if it doesn't cost me an arm and a leg. So I really like this. So after I've gotten my face completely clean, I wait 15 minutes to let it completely dry, because with Retin A, you can really irritate the skin if you go directly on, so I wait. Now this is where it gets tricky. I have two different Retin A products. One that contains hydroquinone. This is the one I started off with. So this one is 0.05 or 0.5, I think it's 0.05. Yeah, so the Retin A in this, or tretinoin, is 0.05, and then it has hydroquinone of 7%. The hydroquinone lightens sunspots or like acne marks or anything like that, and then the Retin A helps like the whole texture of the skin. It helps breakouts, and it helps fine lines, aging, everything. But you go through some hell to get there. If you want to know more about that, look at my other Retin A videos, updates there. You'll see where I started and where I am now. So I switch back and forth. If I'm using this one, I will first go ahead and put on my eye cream. And then I take MAC's Complete Comfort Cream. You can see I like all these nail marks. And I go around my mouth. And then I let that sink in. And the reason why I do that is because I like for my under eye to be hydrated at night, and then I always got super, super dry right around my mouth, like to the point that it was so painful and cracked, and it looked like scabs around my mouth. It was horrible. So my dermatologist told me that I could put cream on, let it sink in, and then put my treatment on. And you only want like a pea-sized amount. A pea-sized amount, that's it. More is not more. More is bad. Don't do it. So this has done the majority of the work for my skin, because I started using this one like 2 months ago, I think. So again, if I use this one, I do eye cream and stuff around my mouth first, but then I switch back and forth. So last night I used this one, so tonight I'm going to use this one. With this one, this is straight up Retin A, or tretinoin. So this is the highest percent you can get, is 1.1%. Now I've been able to use this every single night. They start you off like once or twice a week, then you build up to every other day. I have consistently used this for almost a year. This one specifically for 3 months. If this had hydroquinone in it, I probably would just use that all the time, but it's like some big ordeal with my place that I go, so I don't bother. I just switch back and forth. So if I do this, I let my skin dry, take about a pea-sized amount, and just go all over. And I've noticed that because I'm doing it that way, now I'm getting more peeling right up here, and the fine lines are diminishing even more, which I love. And yeah, I'm so happy with my skincare and what I've been doing. Particular these, if you can get Retin A and your skin is okay with it, because some people like you can't use it no matter what you do. If your skin allows you to use Retin A, freaking do it. Now for my Retin A update. That is all the things I use on my skin, how I do it, when I do it, yada yada. This is the update. So in the very beginning, I had huge sun marks right here. You can see them if you ever watched the very first videos I did. And I was very self-conscious about it. I had acne, like all the issues. So I had a lot of scarring. I was getting really kind of deep fine lines for someone my age, and I just wasn't happy with it. And the biggest thing was the spots right here. But I'm gonna show you pictures. So here's a side-by-side I did in a video, like my last Retin A video. You can see like how dark my skin was, and then the issues I had on my cheek versus like, I don't know, I think that was maybe a 6-month marker. I don't remember the time frame, but it was a huge difference. Now I'm going to show you something different, and this is a picture I took the day I started Retin A. So this was the day, and then I used Retin A that night for the very first time. I wanted to show you guys and know for myself, because sometimes I'm like, I don't see a difference anymore, and I think it's just because I'm so used to it. So this is a picture side by side. A picture of me today, and I used this side of my face because this was the one that was so bad. From the very beginning till today, the texture of my skin is night and day. I had full coverage makeup on in that video, and you could still see the spots I had. Today I have medium coverage on. So on that one I had full coverage plus powder that had coverage on top of that in that video. And today I have translucent and like medium coverage. Like, it's amazing. And my lines are so much softer. My skin is smoother. Makeup lays so much smoother. I don't break out as much. I am thrilled, absolutely thrilled with what has happened with my skin. So I wanted to show you guys that. That picture is hideous, and I really didn't want anybody to see it, but that's the only way you can really truly see what taking care of your skin does and what Retin A can do for you. So I sound like a Retin A commercial. This is what Retin A can do for you. But anyway, I am a real person. I have real issues, and when I say X, Y, and Z, like, I really have struggled. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. Hope it was informative to you all. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask down below. Sometimes I get to talking so fast that I forget certain things, so just let me know. I will get back to you, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!